So today what you're going to deal with is this line here we see, which is has include stdio. Even though our last video we talk about this has include, but we were just giving the overview of each line of code when you open your first project. But today we're going to deal with them in details. And the first one you're going to deal with is this has include, what it means. This has include you're seeing here is called preprocessors directive, because these codes normally in C we have both preprocessor and compiler. The preprocessor's job is to make sure that all the necessary files will be included before the source code will be sent to the compiler. So in this case, if you have has include here, what you're going to do, this has here you're seeing is the most important thing here in this line. This has you're seeing here, that's how the preprocessor know that this line is a preprocessor's directive, meaning it's an instruction to the preprocessor. If the preprocessor scan through the or read all the lines of code, anytime it encounters has something, has include whatever, then it will take a look at that file. Normally has include will tell the instruction of the has include will tell the preprocessor that this header file have to be included in the source code, because you're using some function in the main which is coming from this header file stdio, right? So this stdio, you have a printf and scanf, all of them, they are coming from this header file. It's a file full of instruction, full of functions, and one of the function is printf and print and scanf. Both this printf and the scanf, they are coming from this header file, right? So the preprocessor's job is to make sure that that header file is included to the source code before everything will be sent to compilation. So that's what it means. Now here you can see that if I remove this, there have been error. Right now it is not useful, right? There must be an error because the has there is very important, and the include is the instruction. The include will tell the compiler, will tell the preprocessor that make sure you include this file before it's sent to compilation. So here in this case, if I include that, then this one is done. So right now I can use any function within this library. I can use both the printf or scanf or any function that is inside this library. I can able to use it. So this one is a preprocessor directive. It's a directive, and this include is the instruction, and which instruction to what? Instruction to the preprocessor. And then the preprocessor will take that file and add it to the source code, right? So here in this case, it's not the only preprocessor we have. We also have something like has include define. You can see that like all the constants, it will define them before the source code will be sent to compilation. Right now, let's see. If you go to other programming language, they use constants or const to define constant value like pi, like e. All those ones, they are constant values because they never change, right? Since they never change, then it's better you define them on top before you use them in the source code, right? So the define function again is the same. The has include define, it normally define all the constant values on top before you use them in the source code. But what is the preprocessor's job here? The preprocessor's job will make sure that all those, like if I do this pi, then I say 3.142, I say that this one is the value of pi. Then the preprocessor's job, if I use the pi here, let's say I do this, this is my pi value, then this is how to, so this is what I have. This one is called a placeholder, meaning what this pi function value will come here. So what if I do this? Now it will make sure that before the source code will be sent to compiler, this pi here you're seeing will be changed to a 3.142. It's very different with variables. Variables normally it can change maybe during compilation, but this one is, it will change prior to compilation, meaning this pi function, this pi value here, before the source code will be sent to the compiler, then it will change to 3.142 direct. It will change it there, meaning the pi, this word pi will never go to compilation. It will change it immediately before it sends the what? Before it sends the source code to compilation. So that's what it means. So here in this case, you can see that this is my pi value. If I print it out, if I'll have this is my pi value. Even though this one was not here, but because of this placeholder, this one will be, if I use pi here in this case and print it out, I will have the same thing. So this pi is a constant, but how to define it, how to use it in C programming, you have to use this hash define. It's a preprocessor directive. Also, it's an instruction to tell the preprocessor that make sure we change pi to 3.142 before compilation. That's what it means. Now here in this case, those are not the only directives. I can also have one directive, which is what this, and condition. Let's say that the condition is false. We know that 0 is what false in C, and I put here, let's say int d equals and int, then I have has include and if. It's all not preprocessor directive. You have here if 0 mean false in C, right? We will talk about that when we are dealing with logics. Here we have this code. This code will never be executed as far as this function, this condition here is 0, right? So the one way of not executing a block of code is by using this if and end if, right? End if. You can you can use a particular block of code maybe and exclude them in your main function, even though they are there, but they will never be executed. Why? Because of this if and this end if. This one also is another preprocessor directive. It's another instruction to the preprocessor, and all these things will be taken care of before the program will be sent to what, to the compilation. There are a lot of preprocessors directive, but in this moment, what you're going to do, we are going to deal with these things. Then any other preprocessor directive we have, or any other directive we have, I'll make sure that I'll explain in details before the program will continue. So these are the few of the preprocessor directive you have, and this is their uses. See you later in our next video.